There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold, and the Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night of the Marge at Lake LaBarge when I cremated Sam McGee. Now Sam McGee was from Tennessee where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to roam round the pole God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell, and he'd often say in his homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. One Christmas day, we were mushing our way over the Dotson Trail, talk of the cold through the parka's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail, for our eyes would close and our lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And the very night, as we laid packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, the dogs were fed and the stars o'erhead were dancing heel to toe, he turned to me and Cap says he, I'll cash in this trip, I guess, but before I do, I want you to promise you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low I just couldn't say no, and he said with a sort of a moan, it's this cursed cold that's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. But it ain't being dead that's my awful dread, but an icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair you'll cremate my last remains. A pal's last need is a thing to heed, and I swore I wouldn't fail. We started on at the crack of dawn, but oh, he was ghastly pale. He was crouched in the sleigh, and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in the land of death as I hurried with a horror driven, with the corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, but it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and your brains, but your promise true, now it's up to you to cremate my last remains. Now a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, oh, how I cursed that load. The long, long night by the lone firelight, as the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Oh, how I loathed that thing. And every day as the quiet clay seemed to heavier and heavier grow. And on I went, though the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I wouldn't give in. And I often sing to the hateful thing and twould hearken with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, but I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. I looked at it and I thought a bit, and I looked at my frozen chum. And here stood I with a sudden cries, my crematorium! Some planks I tore from the cabin floor and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around and I heaped the fuel on higher. The flames just soared, the furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. Then I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal and I stuffed in Sam McGee. Then I took a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. And the heavens scowled and the huskies howled and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks and I don't know why. And a greasy smoke and the inky cloak went streaking across the sky. I don't know how long in the snow I wrestled with greasy fear, but the stars came out and danced about ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked and it's time I looked. And the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roar. He wore a smile, you could see a mile, and he said, please close that door. It's warm in here, and I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, this is the first time I've been warm. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold, and the Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night of the Marge at Lake LaBarge when I cremated Sam McGee.